Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on our sideline. We'll see the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The big story here, the return of Mo Williams, who had been sidelined with the injury. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Pelican 5 right now. Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Asik patrol the paint. And it's Miracle Man in at the point guard position. And it's Omer Asik with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Rubio outside. And he lays it straight in. Rubio's got the opening bucket of the night here for Minnesota.
You always like to get that first lead of the game.
Yeah, you know, Steve, a good way to set the tone early on there.
To Davis. Comes up empty down low.
Ricky Rubio at 6'4" with great size for the point guard position. Long arms, a great nose for the ball, too. The best rebounding point guards in the league. Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Evans outside. And he gets it to go.
Drop that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
New Orleans on D. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and offensively, everything seemed to come together for them. It seemed like everything they tried worked.
And with a multifaceted approach like the one they had, it takes a sophisticated defense to stop it, which was not the case that day.
Here's Asik following the basket by Nikola Pekovic. Here's Miracle Man. That's good.
Tough play. He had to fight his way all the way to the rim.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what'd you find out?
He said a big factor in this game will be how well they limit penetration by Tyreke Evans. He said he's so unique in that he's so big and so strong and also tremendously slippery and elusive off the bounce. But we've really got to cut off his right hand and then dare him to shoot over the top. I'd rather he have a wide open look from 18, 19 feet than a clear lane to the rim any day of the week. Kevin, the marching order, pretty clear cut.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Rubio outside. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And it's Martin penetrating. Clock at 6. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist by Martin.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
Pelicans trail by 6.
Well, certainly a story here at the Target Center is the ongoing $100 million renovation to the building. Split 50-50 between the team and the city of Minneapolis. And that's great news for Timberwolves fans.
And you look at the long list of improvement for the Target Center. New lobbies, new box office, renovated locker rooms, new clubs and gathering areas. Seems like they're getting great bang for their buck.
And guys, it can be tough to see teams pressuring cities for new arenas. Nice that the Timberwolves can stay put and still get those improvements.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, this building is good bones, a great location, so it's a pleasure to see the transformation they're making here, and we're already starting to see some of the results there.
Now here's Evans. After the miss from Nikola Pekovic, a Sheik, and the layup's good off the glass. Asik's got his first basket of the night. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Warriors in Oakland.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
And so here is New Orleans after the miss from Ricky Rubio. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too, Clark. We're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Scott comes in for Young. Corey Brewer's checked in for Wiggins. And Mo Williams subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Rivers, following the miss by Kevin Martin. Feeds it to Salmons. On the wing, Salmons. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. 6 to shoot. Miracle Man, the pass to Rivers. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Anthony Bennett's checked in.
I like it. I like it.
All day long.
The Timberwolves. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgui Dieng. Young comes in for Scott. Wiggins is checked in for Bennett. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Mo Williams. So for New Orleans right now, Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Asik patrol the paint. And it's Miracle Man in at the line.
Ricky Rubio, even from his days in Spain, has been known for his incredible court vision and playmaking ability. His knack for processing the game, for anticipating what's coming, and creating something out of nothing has been something that set him apart from a lot of guards.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Into Pekovic. Back to Rubio. Takes the 3. That drops. Rubio's got 7 points in the game.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now here's Evans, averaging 10 points per contest. 6 on the shot clock. Miracle Man, the pass to Davis. Stolen by Rubio. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Brewers got the ball. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
And it's Gordon missing.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Rockets got the job done. He finished with 22 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified, Clark.
Well, I know this opponent should be terrified because there's a good chance the momentum he gathered that night carries right over into this game.
Well, some of it will carry over. That's inevitable. It's just a matter of how much.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Yeah, they've just been an ordinary team in terms of free throw shooting this year, guys. About 75%.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Now here's Evans. Pass to Miracle Man. Davis sets a screen. The dish now to Asik. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Asik's got 5 now.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Rubio outside. Up top, Pekovic. The feed to Rubio.
2 minutes remaining.
Young against Davis. And Young, here we go. Off on the layup. Pelicans trailed by 7. The 10-footer. Here's Evans. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Anderson, he's checked in for Omer Asik.
Tyreke Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy, but he was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorky Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Scott comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Mo Williams subbed in for Wiggins. Withy's checked in for New Orleans. Salmons comes in for Eric Gordon.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot.
Move your feet on defense. No more fouls.
In for Miracle Man. And that does it for the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 8. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Okay, listen up. There's some things we can do to quiet this crowd down. Now let's go over that first half. For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big because we can't afford turnovers. Those will kill us. And I also don't like how useless we've been from three-point range. That shot has to be there for us much more than it has been. And let's be quick in transition the next 2 quarters. We don't need everybody crashing the boards. I'd rather have us running the floor and getting layups on the break. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Ricky Rubio has been sensational.
He's seen the court so well tonight. He's made some here in the game so far in that first half.
You know, some folks say he's not a playmaker, but he's dispelling all of that nonsense.
Rubio and Martin manning the back. Young out there, Pekovic. The threesome. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Miracle Man. The Timberwolves shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. The steal. All alone. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam. That's a mammoth dunk for someone who's far from the biggest guy out there on the floor.
Yeah, perhaps that'll give them the boost.